This meditation is on the power of tenderness. Close your eyes as well as just start to relax and give your attention to your body. Now is the most important time to have this experience. This opportunity is right now in front of you. And so the most important attitude is to care for this moment. It's not about changing anything, and it's not to try and cure it, but it's simply to care for it. So this moment never feels rejected. And when you care for something, it becomes very soft and easy to stay with. So let's just care for this moment, no matter what it is, just for a minute or two. Let's just settle the mind and the body down and breathe deeply a few times. And just be aware of the very present moment. You don't need to choose what to be aware of. You just know what you're aware of in this moment. This is the most important time, and you give this experience, what is happening right now, huge importance, and you care for it, and breathe and relax easily into the chair or floor that you're sitting on. This power of tenderness meditation is just like a fire, and you can't light a fire by holding a match against a huge big log of wood. You have to start with something easy first, like a piece of paper. So you light the piece of paper, and then you add small pieces of wood until you get a bigger fire. And then you add bigger pieces of wood, and gradually the fire creates lots of heat so that now you can put on your large logs. Such is the way of this power of tenderness meditation. We start with something easy. So I invite you to imagine a cute little animal or child. Imagine this cute little animal or child wounded, frightened, alone in the cold, shivering, crying. It could be a kitten, it could be a puppy, it could be a lost child. Choose something to visualize where you find it easy to have loving, tender feelings for, feelings of kindness towards. I like puppies, so I will mention a puppy throughout this meditation. But you can choose whatever creature you like. So I imagine this little puppy, alone, frightened, cold, hungry, and so vulnerable, so easily hurt. And I know if I don't help it and look after it, or if I don't protect it, it may die and get hurt even more, bitten and scratched by others. My little puppy cannot look after herself. I have to make sure I handle her with tender care and speak kind and gently. I find it some food and give it to my puppy to gain its trust. I also give it water. Let's visualize your animal or child needing extra loving care. And after a while, when you feed your creature, it will let you touch her, and I can tenderly pat her on the head and care for her wounds. I have to comfort it, and the more tender care I give my little puppy, the more happiness I feel and I receive from her, because I can see that my little puppy with her beautiful beady eyes trusting me and becoming more and more fond of me. The more I lovingly give it food and pats and cuddles, and every time I think of my little puppy looking at me with those big beady eyes, my heart fills with loving tenderness for her. I want to give this puppy a beautiful blast of loving tenderness. And when I do, she wags her tail and snuggles up to me. I have such fond thoughts for my dear little puppy. I care for you. I would never abandon you or hurt you in any way. I would always care for you, find you food, protect you, make sure you're healthy, and have a warm place to sleep at night. Puppy, I really care for you. Now imagine just looking into your little puppy's eyes and seeing that whatever tender care, love and compassion that you give her, she gives you back. By the wag of her tail, by her snuggling up against you, by the way she wants to lick my nose and rub against my legs. My little puppy falls asleep next to me, totally trusting me, so warm and cuddly. Now I have even more feelings of tender, loving care for her that arises in my chest. And I continue just to use these tender, loving feelings for my puppy because it makes us feel so good. I care for you, puppy. I want you to have happiness. So I'll protect you from those other bigger mean dogs. I will look after you and serve you. Make sure you're warm and always cared for when you're sick or wounded. Just to see you happy is my joy, little puppy. May you always be happy and well, free from fear, and have peace within your life. With these words, you start to notice the loving tenderness within your heart growing larger. So keep focusing your feelings on this little puppy until it's strong enough, until those warm feelings in your heart grow larger, until the fire has lit the paper and is strong enough to put some twigs on. So bring to mind someone in your life that you would like to get along with, but it seems just a little bit difficult. Whoever that person is, imagine they are looking right into your eyes and you into theirs, and you say to them, just like with your little puppy, you are also so fragile. You are also so easily hurt in this world. No matter what age you are, there are so many disappointments, sicknesses and pains, my dear friend. So I care for you now. I truly want you to be happy and well, wherever you are in the world today. Just know that I wish you happiness and wellness. And may any pain or fear or sickness that you may have, dear friend, dissolve. And may you be free of pain and anxiety with the power of tender compassion. May it take it all away and start to imagine a golden light coming out from your chest, from your heart area, and going into their wounded heart, healing all their sicknesses, taking away all their fear. Dear friend, please know that I truly wish for your very best. Now imagine yourself standing in front of you and pour golden light of tenderness right into yourself, acknowledging this world has been hard and sometimes dangerous to live in. And you also have experienced pain, upsets and disappointments. You have felt alone and wounded, like your puppy. So now, with the power and warmth of healing tenderness, you care for yourself. And you say to yourself, you are my dearest friend. You have always been there for me. And I want you to be well and happy and experience the best in life. My dear friend, I care for you. May all the golden energy coming into your heart take away all the pain and sickness you may have. And now imagine yourself smiling back at yourself. The power of this tender love breaks down walls, comforts and heals, is so very powerful. This tender love shines like a golden light and starts to build up strength and power, so you become more aware of it more easily. And without opening your eyes, you imagine all the people in your life, and you give all this incredible loving tenderness to everyone in your life, shining your light into each of their hearts. And as you visualize that all their fears and problems vanish, and may the power of this tender golden light pouring out from your heart free them from suffering, from anxiety, from fears, from guilt, and from anger. Because you know all too well how hurt people hurt people. So the only cure is to develop a loving, tender, compassionate heart. And just like with your puppy, these people become soft and happier in your life, trusting in their associations with others. We acknowledge that we all go through similar trials and difficulties and experience similar joys. And with the power of our loving tenderness, we can truly live our lives with true happiness. So let's reflect upon how we feel towards that wounded, lonely, cold, shivering, frightened creature, my little puppy, whimpering and crying and starving, their beady eyes looking up at you. And you pick them up, wrap them in a blanket, and care for this creature. And with those feelings of loving tenderness, you pour those feelings into yourself, because life has been hard sometimes. But we know with these feelings of love can break down walls and bring much happiness and kindness to all our associations. Then our life will be truly fruitful and harmonious. We have now come to the end of the meditation. So open your eyes, take a breath, and stretch your body.